At Advance Auto Parts, getting a great deal on parts while saving a great deal of time is your Advance advantage. Right now, when you shop online at AdvanceAutoParts.com, you can pick up your parts at an Advance Auto Parts store near you. We'll have your parts ready for pickup within 30 minutes. Save time, save money. Get the job done, then get going. Got it? Good. Visit AdvanceAutoParts.com now to learn more. Advance Auto Parts. See store for details.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Checking my headphone monitor. Headphone monitor. Monitor. My headphone monitor. I don't know if it's cutting in and out. Probably got too much stuff going on. Sorry about the noise. I grabbed the mic just now. I'm shuffling around. I'm just trying to get comfortable. It's time for the Daily Study Group. It's time for the Daily Study Group. Thank you for joining. My name is Miguel Coronado. I'm an illustrator living in Austin, Texas. I work freelance and I do the Daily Study Group with several other artists. Every day for an hour, we do something to improve our skills. We're trying to be the best. We're trying to be the best. Oh, just at least better, if not the best. But if you don't strive for the best, then you'll never get better fast enough to satisfy the needs. So, anyway. Today we're going to go through this Scott Robertson book a little bit, and I'm going to kind of do a jump around. I'm going to jump around and just talk about what I read, because it's the first time I'm really looking through it, so I can't promise it's a cohesive way of doing things yet. But what I can promise you is we're going to be the best.
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the land.
Okay, sorry about that. Whoa, way too loud. Just blew out your ears. Just blew out your ears for that stupid joke. Not really a joke. Cool. All right, let's get started. I'm just plugging in my Wacom tablet because I've been away from the house today. Okay. There's this book from Scott Robertson. It just came out. It's called How to Draw. Basically, it's about how to draw, specifically in a more technical illustration, production illustration method. Lots of perspective in here, lots of technical stuff. The art looks like stuff you would see for like a car designer art or something, machine designers. Let me throw up some links. Scott Robertson, Draw Through, Cargo Collective. This is his website. cargocollective.com/drawthrough. I'm just going to paste that in the chat real quick. Just going to get everybody, and by everybody I mean the one viewer here, a heads up on what I'm looking at. Oh, it's actually not his book. Let me go look for his book real quick. It's not on this place. Okay. Let's try How to Draw. Here we go. Design Studio Press, that's what it is, sorry. He runs Design Studio Press, just FYI. How to Draw, this is the book I'm looking at. This has got some stuff that I think that lots of people that get into illustration and entertainment art design are looking for, and it goes through them very efficiently, all these things. Start up a new document. I'm just going to set it to web 16 by 1200. Just work from here. Okay. It's going to be a weird one, only because I'm reading through it as we go. So there's certain things I'm just going to talk about, and it's kind of going to be me. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. It's kind of going to be just me reading and just kind of figuring things out. I'm not going to read it out loud. I'm going to draw stuff and talk as I go. But the whole first chapter is drawing materials and skills. You go through pens, pencils, types of paper, equal spacing divider. Never seen that before. Equal spacing divider looks awesome. Ellipse template set. An ellipse template set. That's those. Everyone sees those, and I feel like only like technical illustrators and architects really use them. It's like a draftsman uses them. Draftsman meaning more technical illustration, involving lots of line art. So yeah, this whole first part of the book is just what you can buy, different things to do. And then here, let's see. Let's go through some of these. Crafting of a drawing. The craft of drawing. Setting up a workspace. Staying focused, clean, and clear. Make sure you have enough room to work. There's a focus on building muscle memory. I talk about that a lot in regards to my own development. So one of the reasons when I'm using one of the reasons that when I if you just joined in, there's some links you could follow, although I think I just messed them up But if you've ever watched a still life or a photo study that I do online, I normally don't use the Photoshop tools because I'm trying to work with my hands and really develop my hand more. So we just talk about clearing the space, you know, make yourself a nice place to work. Here's some things to consider real quick whenever you're drawing in general. Draw with the whole arm. Draw slowly. Ghost the line. Most people don't actually know that term, but everyone probably does it if you're an illustrator. Ghosting the line is like, lots of illustrators do it, and people that, like right now I'm moving the cursor up and down, I'm about to make the mark I want, and I go like, okay, I make that mark, start drawing in stuff. Ghosting the line is, that's what that's called, is whenever you just kind of dance around the gesture you want to make. You're kind of giving yourself a practice run, you're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, there we go, perfect, and then you're like, or it might be off, like, crap, you know, like, that's ghosting the line. Lots of times, ghosting the line is misread as a chicken scratch. So like when people see me drawing, or when people see you drawing, if you already do this, you'll be like, okay, let me make an eyeball. Okay, here's the eyelid. There we go, and then start drawing. Oops. Start drawing this bottom part. Just see, people see that, and then they mimic it by doing the chicken scratch, which is like this. And you like scrub the line into place. It's easier to see. Let me change my pen real quick. I'll change my pen so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Here we go. Number 2 pencil. It's like the chicken scratch line's like, it always looks like this. It's kind of like, it's like someone had trimmers in their hand when they did it. And it's like, sometimes it's more like this too. And Loomis called this petting the line, because you're like gently dabbing it in, step by step. Well, that's not really ghosting. And you can still get the results you want, but in the end it kind of like, you know, it doesn't look good. That's not a desirable look. So when we ghost the line, you're going to go over. Okay, there we go. Got the line I wanted. And you just, you know, you make your decisions and you actually draw something. I'm just like messing around here. But anyway. If you have CS6, this is a pre-loaded pencil on the program. If you go to this toolbar, it's tool presets, 2B pencil. This 2B pencil is a pre-made pencil, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good in terms of like, you know, it kind of behaves like a real pencil. It's not exact. I've seen better ones online, but you get the idea. Like, I could turn it to the side and it's fatter. I can make it skinny by drawing on top. Anyway. Alright. So anyway, ghosting the line. Always remember to, don't be afraid to like do a practice run. Whoa, what is with this today? The tablet's really acting up today. Kind of like delayed a bit. Might be easy with this brush, the pencil that I'm using. Okay, so this is something. Let me erase some of this stuff so you can see what's going to go on now. I don't think there's really going to be anything to show today in terms of like artwork or anything. Like I'm not going to really have anything to post. I'll have a bunch of scribbles. Okay, so is the line arcing? Okay, so let me try and draw a straight line. I'm going to draw a straight line across horizontally. Do that again. Do it again. Again. Just, oh, there we go. There's a little straighter. That's the straightest right there. Okay, so basically, typically if you're right-handed, I think the same if you're left-handed really. The way you hold the pencil, your line will arc up. The general direction you want to go with your hand when you move your pen across the paper is an arc. Note the arc. Note the arc. Or the arch. Is it arching? Arcing. The line arcs? Whatever. There's an arch to the line. A way to counterbalance a natural arching line is to start drawing your lines opposite. Draw the opposite counterbalance. That way you get used to compensating for the arcing of the line, and you can start getting your straight lines down. This is like real basic stuff for people that just started to draw, but it's good to practice without holding shift. I mean, truth be told, if I'm working in Photoshop, I'm going to hold shift. You know? I'm not going to not use the tool I'm using. It's like painting on a canvas and saying I don't want to change brushes between colors or something, or I don't want to, like, if you're painting on a watercolor and saying I don't want to dip it in the water. It's like a fundamental thing. You gotta just, like, if you have, no, it's not that. Like, let me phrase that. It's like trying to draw on paper, and you have to draw a bunch of straight lines, and there's a ruler right next to you, and you just choose not to use it just to struggle. There's just no reason to do that. Anyway. Drawing straight lines is something you gotta practice, right? Anyway, so one of the exercises is actually going to be drawing parallel lines, almost like I did just now, but you're going to go slow and steady. It's kind of off, it's not really straight. Not really parallel. And you just practice making them parallel. And you're supposed to make sure, if you need to, swing out your hand a bit. If you have a larger Wacom tablet, be sure to use more of your arm if you can. And anyway, just the other thing I'm not doing is you got to kind of keep the spacing the same, and Keep the spacing the same. And keep the length the same, so you gotta go the whole distance. Okay. It's supposed to go pretty lightly. These are some super basic stuff that I don't think a lot of us do anymore. Once we get to a certain point, we just feel like we're above it. But if you feel like you're above this, oops, that one's way off. If you feel like you're above this, then you're just being silly. So you should always practice little things. You shouldn't always just practice the cast drawing thing, you know. You shouldn't always draw life drawing. You have to practice everything. So we've done an abundance of life drawing. Still life drawing. We've done an abundance of composition breakdowns. An abundant amount. We've done photo studies. But we don't do this stuff. I haven't drawn all day too, so I'm kind of getting warmed up for the day. For the evening, I'm going to work on a portrait of Montezuma after this. Not historically accurate Montezuma. Anyone's wondering. Okay. So I'm getting warmed up. I can kind of see a difference already. I can feel it. We're just going to go do a straight line. Slow, steady, and light. You might not be able to see what I'm doing. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, slow, steady, and light. The idea is that, you know, here are my fast, darker marks I made. Then I started doing some slow ones here. Then I continued, and I keep continuing. And I'm going to go ahead and do some vertical ones. Anyway, yeah, but don't feel like you're above it. I guess that's the main thing, because I feel like lots of people that might see this kind of stuff and be like, oh, wow, draw a straight line. You know, I mean, I use shift when I'm working. I'm going to tell you, I use shift, and if I was drawing traditionally, I'd use a ruler. Just like simple. I would use a guide. But to not have the ability to even work without it is kind of silly. You kind of damn yourself for no reason. Everyone in the chat, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if when you log in later if you can see the link I'm posting, but I'm just kind of going through a couple exercises in the Scott Robertson How to Draw book tonight. If you don't have it, you should pick it up. If you do have it, I'm on page 15. I'm on page 15, and I'm just going through these really, really rudimentary exercises. Now I'm going to go vertically. Ooh, that was terrible. I think one of the ideas we're going to try and do, start off with a 3-inch range and work my way to the full length of the paper. Make sure to engage the entire arm. And draw, and make sure the lines are drawn consciously. They should be repeatable at the same length and spacing. Draw lightly. These are fundamentals for drawing construction lines. fundamentals for drawing construction lines. So we're supposed to start off like it. My hand's kind of sticking to my tablet too. I might need some kind of something to kind of give it better friction. Oops. Lack of friction. So close parallel lines, start them small. We're supposed to go the full length of the paper. That's gonna suck. Okay. I'm making them smaller, it looks like. That was super crooked. Excuse me. Pardon my cough. Crap. Say it again. Okay. Let's do one the full length of the paper. Crap. Undo that. If I can. Alright, let me just do that again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was way off. Okay. Let me do a quick shift. I'm gonna hold shift and make a line. This will be my guide. Whoa. Whoops. There's a straight line. That's a computer straight line. So that's my guide, is like how far off I am. I'm leaning in really close. My hand keeps like getting caught in my tablet. I need like a. I might need to put a glove on or something. It's not letting me do these steady movements I want. Yeah, see, every time my cursor kind of jumps, it's because my finger's getting stuck. Let me see what I can do about that real quick. One quick fix. I'll be right back from the system. You're going to hear some real quiet for a second. Okay, I got a quick fix. This isn't by any means permanent, but because I'm going so slow, it seems to be. There we go. Oh wow, that makes a big difference. Too slippery. Here we go. Okay. It's a quick fix. It's not exactly the ideal situation, but it'll work. The fix. Oh, the fix. I have a sock on my hand. Hello. Taped it stuck. I placed a piece of paper on a tablet so it won't stick. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I have an Intuos. I have an Intuos also. I just put a sock on my hand. It seems to be working. I now have a sock on my hand. So. Oh, you know what? Actually, I got an old pair of socks I was about to throw away. Hold on, I'll be right back one more time. I'm gonna have some crazy socks on my hand. Okay, I'm back. Now I got a silly sock on my hand. It's silly because it's all striped and colorful. It's mine. It is. It's mine. It's a my sock. But okay, let's try this one more time. Vertical, full length of our page. Keep it parallel with the previous line. This one isn't as. You can see how my hand motion's kind of etching down. It's because my hand's still getting stuck. So the other sock I had was better. Just an FYI for everyone that was wondering how well the sock was working. This sock does not slide as well as I had hoped. But for the sake of continuing and not having to stop again. Vertical lines. I gotta continue the motion. Oh god, see it jumping? Oh. I need to do that paper thing that what he was talking about. Okay. We'll do a couple more of those. Alright. The black dress sock works the best. It's kind of an uncomfortable material for the foot. Yeah, I think it's some kind of, it's not cotton, it's like a blend. Super slippery. Let's do a couple more now. Oh, getting too close. Oh, that wasn't good. Oh, that was terrible. Ah, okay. Gotta go slower. That's pretty good in the center. Oh, crap. Skewing away, so I gotta compensate for that. Just drawing some straight line. Let's go the other direction. Crap. Go the other direction. Now it's sticking a bit. It's too fast. I gotta go slow. Okay. Go up. Oh, that was bad. I'm clicking. Ah, I think I gotta start clicking undo. Keep clicking the undo button because it's a force of habit. My thumb was just on it. Okay. A little janky. Let's go horizontal now, the full length. It's not so good. I know if I go faster I could do it. It's supposed to go slow though, so let's keep going slow. Now my hand's getting stuck. Okay. And one more time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See that? I gotta redo that one. Ugh. It's too fast. So yes, we'll go the opposite direction now and then we'll move on. But just to give everyone an idea what we're doing, we're just drawing straight lines. We're trying to go slow and we're trying to press lightly. So gotta go slow and press lightly. Press lightly. Let me give myself a guide real quick. There we go. Kind of just shot across the page. I gotta go the opposite way actually. I'm supposed to use the whole arm, and I'm having trouble right now because my hand's kind of like sticking to my Wacom tablet. That's a little better. Still not entirely good. A little better. Keep going. See if we can't do another one. I'm gonna go a little lower. I gave up on that one. Alright. It's a shift line. I was just shift line just now. Gonna give myself another guide I can go by. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. I need to get the distance correct. Still not good. So you gotta just go really slow. I feel like I should go slower. You gotta consciously think about it. So whenever my line starts wavering one way, I gotta make sure to compensate the other way. Then if it wavers that way, I gotta like make sure it compensates the opposite way. It's just really, whew, a little trying. There we go. That's a good straight line. I'm better at the shorter distances, mainly because of the size of my Wacom, I think. And I turn more from my elbow. Like I use my elbow as a rotating point, and then my wrist and my hand compensate. Let me clear this off a bit. Let me just open up a new. So if I start up here in the corner, I'm going to go left to right. I'm going to rotate along my elbow, and then as I go, my wrist is going to try and compensate for that. That's kind of how I'm doing it. I'm trying to go a little faster so my arm doesn't stick. Okay, whew. I'll go one more time. I keep saying one more time, but I keep adding them on. This is kind of how I am when I work out, too. I'm like, okay, one more. And if anyone's with me, they're always just like, wait, you kept saying one more. But I haven't worked out like that in over a couple years now. Okay. Do 2 more verticals. One more. Okay. The opposite direction 2 times. One more time. Same thing vertically, opposite direction 2 times. Okay, whew. There's some moments in there that I'm liking that are straighter than earlier. Let's move on to the next exercise though. So we could do this for we could do this whole thing for an hour, just straight lines for an hour. We probably should one day. We should do straight lines for an hour at one of the daily study groups. That would suck, right? I mean, it would not really suck, just kind of be boring. But actually, it's kind of challenging because I kind of get addicted to doing it. Now I'm like, now I really want to nail it, right? I know if I go faster, I can get it. And if I switch my pencil position, I can get a better control. Hold on. Keep skewing away. Maybe it's the wrong way. Maybe I'm going to need to go this way. Oh, I'm not sitting in the right posture, maybe. How did I do this before? Now it's not working. So much for that. I was gonna be like, oh, and switch pencil position. How do you do this? That's a shift line. Shift line. That wasn't a shift line. That was what I was talking about. When I shift my position on my pencil. Oops, skewed it. The ghosting helps. Remember I talked about we should ghost, so we didn't do it earlier? Now I can keep skewing up, so I gotta compensate that by skewing down. And then if I try and skew down, I'm naturally gonna try and skew up. Oops, that didn't work out. Try and skew down a bit, it should even out. A little better. Oh, that was really good for a while, right? Oops, way off. I'm gonna do that one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ooh, way off. Closer. Closer. Ooh, that was like the best. Oop, way off. So, what I'm doing pencil position wise, different from earlier. Like the really straight lines that I did get. What I'm doing that's different is I'm really holding my pencil completely differently. I talked about this before, but normally you hold your pencil like that, and your hands like, my hands like this, with thumbs like that, and then, no, sorry, it's not the thumb. Lots of people hold their pencil like that, right? And then you got your other finger here, or something. Right now I'm holding my pencil. It's not my pencil. If I were using pencil and paper, it would be like this. But my index finger is right here, the tip. And I'm holding it kind of like a paintbrush. Right? I talked about this before. It kind of doesn't matter, like I said before. It doesn't really matter in the end because we are digital. And if we really want a straight line, we just hold shift. But in terms of greater control of your tool, if you hold your pencil kind of like a wand, and you have the tip against the paper, and you kind of just use the side of your pencil to make the mark, it gives you greater control. Greater control than if you're just holding it normally. Now, one of the issues with working digitally is that you can't actually use the side of your pencil, your Wacom stylus. Like if I try to do it that way, the Wacom stylus has like a rubber head and like it kind of like grips. It doesn't really work the way a real pencil works. You know? You gotta angle it harsher, or you've gotta do something that I'm doing where you actually glide the top of the Wacom stylus above the you glide the top of the Wacom stylus above the tablet. So the stylus is not actually touching my tablet at all. And then I'm taking my index finger and I'm touching the nib. And I'm gliding it with my 2 fingers. And it's creating an equivocation of what it would be like if I had my pencil on the side of the paper. I'm talking about like having the pencil head like right on the side of the paper, like if the pencil lead was like almost parallel with the paper. Like when you have it that steep of a angle to it. You can't do that with the stylus, the Wacom stylus, not correctly without, because you don't really get to push. Actually, well, there, I just did it right now, actually. You kind of have to push, but it gives you greater control. Although it's hard to try and get it correctly. The closest way I can do it is by gliding the Wacom stylus between my fingers and pressing the nib itself with my index finger. And that gives me the same control that I have with a pencil and paper at a harsh angle. And it's still hit or miss. Like, I still got to think about what I'm doing. You know, but anyway, that's good. It's enough straight lines, at least enough of these straight lines. Here's 2 other ways of practicing, though. Let's go over 2 other ways of doing this kind of stuff. Undo. There's art stylus available that affects bearing, and I'm not. What's the art stylus? I don't know if I have that particular one. But undo. The reason I'm not holding Shift key is because I'm working on muscle memory. I am trying to work on my hand muscle memory. The Shift key gives me the perfect straight line, as we all know. Hold Shift and makes perfect straight line. And if I'm ever working on a real project, I use Shift key. I use Shift, but I'm trying to practice my muscle memory right now. If I weren't online, I would be doing this on paper and pencil. I do this with a pencil and paper. But since I'm doing it online for the daily study group, I'm going to use the Wacom stylus. But here's the other exercise. Let's do a different one. I guess ideally, if you are following along with this and you don't have to be online, then don't. Let's see here. We're going to do we're going to make circles, and you're supposed to rotate the paper as need be, right? You're not supposed to keep the paper still. You're supposed to be able to move the paper around, and you're supposed to be able to rotate it easily. So I'm going to use my rotate here as I need to. So I'm going to rotate it to the point where I can. That was way off. It's a little close, a little off. Let me just rotate the other way now. A little off. Rotate the other way. Still a little off. These are all going to be off, of course, because I'm just now doing this. It's completely off. So anyway, the way the picture is supposed to look is you're supposed to have like dot, not like like that. It's supposed to be like perfect, right? But dot, 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 and you gotta like connect the dots and stop, right? That's the whole point. And you gotta make them straight as possible. You can hold the shift key if you're using Photoshop, but we're not trying to do that right now. We're trying to work on the muscle memory. I just put the dots in after the fact. No, don't do that. Don't put the dots in after the fact. Dot, dot. Angle the paper a certain way. That's better. This is all just like our motor control, our controlling what we can do. Some of this stuff's way off because we're not rotating the paper properly. I say paper, I'm not rotating the screen, but you know what I mean. So this is about start, go, stop, and you gotta try and make it as straight as possible. If you go past the line, if you go past the dot, it's okay, because you're kind of, getting it. But we're working on like that hand-eye coordination in a way. Try and connect those dots. His looks really neat. It's like a star, but I'm just going to keep rotating and trying different positions. Let's try this one here. You gotta try and nail that dot. Get those points to touch. Get those points to connect and stop. Connect, stop. Oh, that arced. Arced. Yeah, it's a little closer there. Don't erase. You're supposed to not erase, right? We're not supposed to be erasing. My tongue is slowing down. We are not supposed to be erasing. So if we're trying to catch up and make it look super neat, it doesn't matter. This is all just practice. You don't have to post everything you do. Like as far as oh, that one was really great. Awesome. You don't have to post every single thing that you work on, like as far as study goes. Connect some of these dots here. See, shouldn't have hit undo. Oh, there we go. That middle one was good. If I keep hitting undo, I keep putting my thumb on the wrong part of the tablet because I'm just so used to it. There we go. I'll make some more dots to connect. And we can actually connect these dots too. When you don't get it right the first time, try it again. And if you get it connected, but it looks crooked, do it again. There we go. That one in the middle was good, but it's hard to tell. Let's see here. Close. Oh, there we go. It went through a bit, but at least it was straight. That one was good too. It's like a challenge. It's like dorky art challenge, just like see who could do it. It's like when like football players like try and kick the football as hard as they can, see who can get over the field goal. Or like basketball players try and do 3-point shots. They practice shooting hoops. That's what it's like. We're shooting hoops. It's like, let's get together and shoot hoops tonight. But instead of shooting hoops, let's draw straight lines between dots. You know, think of how many times if you do play basketball, which I commend you if you enjoy playing basketball, because I can't do it. It's just not fun for me. But think about how many times you miss the basket playing basketball. That's kind of the point of what we're doing here. We don't want to miss the dots, but we're going to miss the dots. I keep pressing undo. Damn it. See, look at this. I went too far, and then I compensated, and I went too high. Now I got to try right in the middle. Oh, and then now the Wacom didn't register properly. Damn it, that was probably going to be really good too. Too high. Too low. Oh, that was close. Okay, anyway. We're shooting our art hoops. Let's shoot art hoops. No, that was way off. Way off. Gotta aim though. Don't just arbitrarily do it. It's close enough. No, that was so close. Let me try it one more time. Ah, damn it. See that? I always go up, then I overcompensate. And now I re-overcompensated. Now I'm scared I didn't compensate enough. See what happened? I went 1, and I went down low 2. Then I went way high because I messed up, and then... Sorry, the way high was right here. And then 4, I didn't compensate enough because I was afraid of overcompensating. So if I look at the dot ahead of me, that was the closer I got right there. If I look at the dot as I make the mark, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should make a dot, make another dot, and we'll go from point A, look at point B, and trust your muscle memory. Oh, that was close. Okay, try it again. Trust the muscle memory. Ah, close. That was it. It was almost. I mean, it could have been straighter. So maybe that's the goal. You make your dot, and you got to aim for you're going for the dot ahead. So let's trust the muscle memory. Trust that you're gonna make it straight. Way off. Way off. Overcompensated, just like I normally do. So we'll try it again. Don't overcompensate. There we go. A little closer. Wasn't entirely straight, but. Just kind of controlling. We're just controlling the hand-eye stuff, right? It's just we're trying to see one point and make a deliberate choice to go somewhere. You're basically making your hand do what you want it to do, and not that your hand will always do what you want it to do. In terms of like art, you know, there are happy accidents exist for a reason. Or I mean, they exist in general, maybe not for a reason. An artist knows that they exist for a reason. People that start off don't realize it. Sorry, let me rephrase that. A practiced artist knows that accidents happen for a reason, and you can turn them into happy accidents. A beginning artist just sees flaws. Oh, I like that. That made me excited, that dot connecting. I was way off. See, look, I just way off. Wasn't good. Try that again. One more time. There we go. That was a good one. Okay, so we do some more lines. There's a second version of this where we you draw lines that meet in one point. Start to draw at any point outside of the center, and draw a line through the center and continue. So let's say that's the center. This is really similar to what we're doing now. We're just going to draw from outside through the center. So, see, I was way off. Let me do it again. Okay, now let's go outside through the center. Way off, okay. Not really, no, not way off, but I didn't rotate it. I need to rotate it and help myself a bit. Try it again. Try and go through the center. Try and go through the center. Ha! That one won't deserve to live. No. Still way off. Okay. Maybe that's a little cheating. Dot through the center. Oh. Okay. So, guys, I know this isn't exciting to watch, but the idea is that you're following along. Or if you're not following along, you're just doing a photo study and wondering why I'm talking about dots. We're just supposed to all be studying for an hour, that's all. You don't have to do what I'm doing. God dang, that sucked. Ugh. Failure. Okay, that was close. Close. Off. See, okay, think of it like this. If anyone's ever shot a gun before, or like archery, something that you gotta think about is grouping. So if that's the bullseye, and we have a target, this is a really crappy target. Anyway, if this is the bullseye, and you hit your arrow here, or you shoot your bullet here, then don't try and shoot for the bullseye again. Try and shoot for the hole. Try and shoot for where you did get hit. So you can try and get a tight grouping. So you got to know that if your shot goes that way, try and replicate that same shot. If you can replicate it, then you know that you skew to the right, or rotate it. You skew to the right. But after that point, the next target shot, you can know that you're going to have to go left. I rotated it for no reason. You have to go left to compensate next time, because the first time you went, you only shot to the right. So you got to go left, right? So let's see, a dot, and if I miss it, I'm just got to make sure I intersect somewhere at the midpoint of the line. Okay, so now we got to make a second line. I'm going to try and hit somewhere here in this intersection that's already kind of been created. It's close. Now we try it again. Hit at the intersection. Close. It's good. Oh, right there, nailed it. Let's go again. Okay, great. Keep trying to nail that center of the point now. Oh, I was way off. So you gotta do that again. Okay, so we gotta get the tight grouping, right? So even though I was off, I missed this dot, I think, initially is what I put down. But I went ahead and decided to use this marker from this other line as my center point to match from, right? So if I try and shoot for this again, I might miss, but the whole point is once you do hit the intersection, you want to try and get everything to group in there. That's just you don't have to do it that way. I just made that part up because it reminded me of that one time I shot a gun. It was black powder in Boy Scouts. Anyway. I don't know, Indu, what the thing you were talking about was. You never continued talking to me. Straight lines. Okay. How much time have we gotten? How much time has gone by? It's already been an hour. We've been drawing straight lines for over an hour. I think we should call that a night. I gotta do work, so... thank you for joining me. Thank you for drawing straight lines with me. I know this is a really weird one for anyone that was expecting a photo study or a still life or anything that's not drawing straight lines, but I really had fun doing this. Awesome. Great. I'm going to go ahead and post this on the forum. So, again, thank you for joining me. I'll probably come on the stream in a second and work on my piece I got to finish. And we'll move forward from here. Tomorrow's critique and paint over. Tomorrow is a critique and paint over. So, I want to thank everyone for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and shrink these up. Shrink all these up so we could post it in the forum and look at all the pretty straight lines I drew. Oh, I tried to draw. There we go. Looks wonderful. Alright. Let's put in some text. Thank you for joining me. You can find my work at www.mciii.net. My name is Miguel Coronado. This was the Daily Study Group 44, I believe. I think it was 44. I might be off. There's a chance I'm off. Daily Study Group 44. If you're ever wondering where I get my fonts from, the ones I use for like the Daily Study Group and the ones I use for my own logo, there's a website called Legacy of Defeat. Legacy of Defeat is where I get my fonts from. The designer's name is Hydro74. He does great work. I enjoy it. I use it. Thanks again for joining me. I'll post this on the forum. I posted all the videos up online except for today's, which hasn't even been finished yet. So that's the reason it's not up yet. But all the videos are posted on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Mike086. It's youtube.com/Mike086. And you can find, I'll be posting the actual study stuff, like the actual JPEGs on the forum in a little bit, probably tonight, might be tomorrow. I'm bad at updating that. I gotta also do a blog post for my website, so we'll get stuff fixed though. We'll get stuff going. Alright, for real this time though, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna get offline. We'll be online tomorrow for critiques and paint overs. Great. Indu, I didn't hear back from you, so I would have answered your question though. I don't know what stylist you're looking for. Thanks for joining. And critiques and paint overs tomorrow. Bye bye.